I feel like we have a few minutes, but I can at least get started. My name is Sasha. I work for SRI and Stock Car Steel. I handle a lot of their marketing, all levels, not just social media, but I think today we're mostly going to be talking about social media. Just so you guys know, I'm not an expert by any means, but I feel like I have some fun tips and tricks to help you guys. That being said, I don't really know like the audience we have here. So who is here to learn more about their personal social media? Raise your hand. Just a few, okay. And who's in here doing this for business, or maybe you have your own? Yep, okay, so it's mostly business, got it. So I threw this PowerPoint together, not knowing really who was gonna be in here, so. Another thing, I'm not a public speaker, so if I seem nervous, it's because I really am. Thank you so much. But if there's any questions or anything along the way, please don't hesitate. Reach out. I think they have this mic up here for any questions. And at the end, we're going to do a questions too and try and help you guys with anything you might have. I'm also going to stay a little bit after, so if you are too nervous to ask with everybody here, feel free to stop me, and I'll try and help as much as I can. So this is social media marketing tips and tricks. I thought it was so cute. Let's get digital. So these are a couple things I'm going to go over. I'm kind of going to go through the first few slides pretty quickly because I want to get down to like the tools and programs that I use that I've found have been really helpful, and then also how I create content. So how many people in here use like Photoshop or Adobe products? Quite a few. Okay, good. How many of you use Canva? Good, that's my favorite. So towards the end, I just want to go through that for people that don't really use any type of tools. You know, they're still using Microsoft Word. Maybe we can hopefully help you out. So, all right. So digital marketing is all the opportunities brands have to interact with consumers online. Here are a few different digital advertising channels. You guys can use like email campaigns, social media, your website or blogs, displays, so like display ads on like Google or search ads, and then your search engines. And here is a list of social media. Now, out of this room, I assume everybody is probably using Facebook, but let's just raise your hand if you use Facebook. Good, just wanna make sure where we're at. How many of you guys use Pinterest? Very few, okay. And LinkedIn? Good. And TikTok? Okay. And we got Twitter? Yep. Instagram? Okay. And Snapchat? Just a few. And you can use Snapchat personally. Some companies don't do Snapchat. All right, so the advantages of social. So brands can post for free, or organically, they say, on social media whereabouts. Display is a pay-to-play environment. So paid social media will kind of look like this over here. You'll see the little sponsored in the ad. And then you have your organic social post. And these are what some display ads might look like. Here are different tools that some of you might use. There's quite a few in here that I use. I do a lot with KPIs, do SEO, Google Ads. We do a lot with, obviously, social media. Newsletters, we now do like an e-newsletter monthly. So that helps us reach out to our customers and tell them any new promotions. And yeah, go ahead.
I'm not familiar with the KPIs. What is that?
Oh yeah, those are your key performance indicators. So I have even more on those. I'll briefly touch on some of those, but that's how you're gonna measure what you're doing to make sure you're reaching your goal and you're not overspending or something's not working. A lot of social media is trial and error. So I'll kind of go over that towards the end too. So a digital marketing plan has 7 key parts. I don't know how many of you guys are actually creating marketing plans when you are, going through with social media and posting stuff, but it really helps to have your objectives. It's good to know your competitors, what they're doing, and then obviously the number one, you want to know who your target audience is. And then I put right here, so in case you guys want to know a little bit more about each one. In your marketing plan, you're going to have your executive summary, your market analysis, a competitor analysis, target audience, objectives, marketing strategies, and KPIs. And you're going to kind of want to know a little bit of each of these before you start just building out a strategy that you guys might have. You might want to look at this. I did put some examples up here. So this is some examples of what marketing plans could look like. You got your executive summary, what goals you are. So these goals are improve overall monthly customer acquisition by 5% from 2021. And the other one is improve overall monthly customer retention by 8%. So you want your goals to be very specific. You have your audience persona. So this is your target audience and the executive summary. So I put in here to know your audience. So that's really a big thing. So a lot of you, when we talk today, your audience is going to be totally different than the audience that I have. So working for SRI and Stock Car, I know our audience is normally older males and male dominant for sure. We're 85% male. So when I'm marketing, I'm not doing cutesy things like bows and rainbows because the guys aren't going to care, right? Really, I probably need to be doing bikini models and stuff. But we're kind of straying away from that over the years. But this is a very big thing to know. You guys it sounds like all have Facebook already. So I would definitely look at your demographics in Facebook and make sure you know who that target audience is. Yes?
So in automotive, you would say don't go broad then?
I'm not saying don't go broad, but I know most of the people viewing my stuff is going to be male. Yeah. So I think if you're reaching out to women are getting into this sport for sure. So don't think I'm saying don't advertise the women. I'm just saying when you do it, I would think in a sense for like what a male's going to look at. And if women are looking for tires, they're going to see a tire, It's just most of the stuff's for male, for my industry. You guys might be marketing makeup. Well, I would say probably don't make them male related then. Yeah. I don't know that one, but I can always give this to you. If you want after, come up here and whatever your email is, and I'll send it to you. And anybody else that wants it, I'll see if PRI wants it. We'll see. But yeah, I'll get it to you for sure. I put together some target audience, so that way when you guys go through, a couple of things that you're going to want is, what's their title? So over here, Sarah Miller. She's a marketing director. She is the decision maker. She's in marketing, her age, salary, education. And you can get a lot of this either through Facebook or I also get it off of Google. I use a lot of Google Analytics, and this stuff helps. Or, it might be B2C person. Yeah. But you just want some of that info so when you're going through, you know what your audience, how much they're making, are they the decision maker, what's their title. That stuff's very important. And then here's some KPIs. So again, these are key performance indicators. So when you go through and you're doing your objectives and your goals, you want these to be simple to understand and measure. So for example, measuring new customer retention. So they're looking at customers coming onto your website or into social media. Each quarter, they're measuring, 10%, 20, 30, 40. It's going up. So when you're doing your goals, they need to be, like I said, specific. You'll see here, this goal, again, just an example, it says to increase customer retention by 10% each quarter with the main objective of retaining customers and increasing reorders by 15% from the previous fiscal year. So just something that you guys can start measuring, right? Put a baseline, what's your goal, where do you want to go, and measure it based on that. All right, they got to be actionable. So basically just keep it attainable, actionable. You can see over here, I got this cute little GIF I found. And so it's saying that their conversions, a lot of it's coming from their email marketing campaign, some's coming from Facebook, and then they also did a banner ad on Google. So you just want to make sure it includes all the channels when you're putting together your presentation. And then you also want to make sure you put a time on it. So a lot of times they'll report these quarterly or yearly. So it's really up to you. Some businesses might want to see this monthly, but you just need to put some type of a time on it. So you're measuring every month or every quarter to see, are your goals reaching where you want, or do you need to change something up? And so I did put some executive summaries on here as examples. So I did a lipstick.com because that was the best one I could find. I wanted to show you guys kind of what a marketing report would look like. So here's your executive summary. So some people, you can put it like this, where they have a little bit of detail here, or you can do bullet points, or you can do data and visualizations. I knew I was going to have a hard time with that. So this is a little bit easier for people to read. So a lot of you guys are doing this for your own business, so it might be nice to use graphs. So, your upper management can actually see and understand what you guys are doing, that you're achieving your goals, or you're not, so you're switching things up, trying something different. I got a couple different ones. This one's about an email campaign. So just to make it as clear and easy for your upper management to see what you guys are doing, makes it easier for them. And here's another option. And then at the end of your report, you're going to want your analysis and commentary. So basically this is saying, consumers spend an average of 4 to 6 minutes on makeup lesson pages. Email and Instagram were their top traffic drivers. And then they also obviously used YouTube Player for their lipstick.com website. Saying it was a huge success. They had over 52,000 views. So this is just kind of giving all the information that upper management's going to want to see when you're putting together your report. And then you also want to include recommendations and next steps. So basically what you think needs to be changed into what you're going to do. What's your future goals? What are you changing? Make sure you include that as well. So this is kind of just laying the baseline. This is just your beginning steps. Obviously, it's so much more fun creating the content and posting than it is actually doing all this baseline work, but it is very important. And then I put some top digital channel platforms. So we already talked about all of these. Just wanted to pull them up again. And I did some email service providers. I don't know if you guys have any email campaigns that you run or a service, but here's a couple of them. For SRI and Stockcar, we use Klaviyo, and that's worked really well for us. They're all very similar. Once you get in there, put your template together, you just send it out to however many people you may have at your work. I put some CMSs in here, so a lot of you probably with your business have a website. These are a couple of different options. If you don't have one, they're easy to use. I've used WordPress before. It's once you get in there, diving in, it's not a hard program to learn. Some of you might have Magento or Spotify. Shopify, that's what I meant, thank you. Hashtag Wrapped has been on my head, in my mind. And then here's some social media software. So I'm going to kind of dive deeper into these, but I worked for multiple different companies, including Chip Ganassi Racing, Rubbermaid, commercial products, and now I'm working at SRI. We have used Hootsuite before, but I had them all switch to Sprout Social. And for us, that really works. I'm going to dive deeper into that so you guys can see all of these programs and tools. None of them are paying me to talk about, but I just know it made my life easier, especially with SRI and Stockcar. They have 20 profiles, so I'll have 5 Facebook pages, 3 Instagrams, 3 Twitters, LinkedIn, YouTube. It's hard for me and a small team to keep all of that data and post and kind of keep organized. So I'm going to show you how Sprout has made my life easier. So inside Sprout Social, it allows you to publish out your days. So you can see here, this is today. We are doing a 24 days of Christmas on ours. So in here, we automatically have them scheduled, ready to go. I wanted to show you this because these are drafts, so I can go in and edit whatever I want the content to say at a later date and go ahead and get those scheduled. It also keeps all of my messages from all of the different profiles. So in here, I'm able to, like if I need to organize out just Twitter, I just want to view all my Twitter ones, I can do that. But in here, so right now I have 138 comments and shares and tweets. So I can go through all of these at one time and either like them, retweet it myself. That way we're being interactive on social. And it just kind of keeps everything together for me. And I'm going to actually show you Sprout here in a second. My favorite part is it tells me per platform, like per profile, what is the best time for me to schedule. So for me, sometimes it was lunch, but since today I might have missed it, it's telling me today on my Facebook at 3:34 is the best time for me to post that. That means that it's going in and doing their algorithm, AI stuff, and it knows that at 3:34, my target audience, the people following our platform, is going to be our best time to post it. We're going to get the most views that we would get out of any of the other times, if that makes sense. And then creating content, I use Canva. I also use Photoshop and whatnot, but sometimes that's a lot. Oh yeah, go ahead.
On the Sprout Social, is that just on the desktop, or is there an app to be able to do it on your phone as well?
They have an app as well. Who in here has used Sprout before? Yep. All right, just a couple of you. What about any other platforms like Hootsuite or? Okay, so it's probably very similar to those. We're almost to the end, so I wanted to actually show you Sprout Social. Hold on, let me log in. It's not easy one-handed. All right, so in here, it also gives me all my analytics for all of my posts. It tells me my engagement. Yes, oh. Oh. Hold on, technical difficulties. They're telling me to unplug and plug. Here we go, thank you. So here you can kind of see it's giving me, this is my dashboard. So it's telling me right now my engagements on this giveaway that we just started is 289. This one for PRI only had 54. We did a little sneak peek for our booth at PRI. And then you can come down here and see my profile performance. But you can kind of see, so for us, Facebook's in blue. It's definitely dominating for us. But in here, the publishing I was showing you guys, it's very easy to use. You can come in here. It looks crazy, but it normally starts off with like nothing. So it doesn't look so crazy. But I'm trying to get it where we're posting a month or two out. Not saying that I won't have an event like PRI right now. Obviously, I don't have content while I'm here, but I know that we have other things going out. So we're still doing the 24 Days of Christmas. That's going out as scheduled. And on top of that, I'm adding us being here at PRI. So you can do all of it. You can post immediately, or you can schedule the post out, either option. If you wanted to go ahead and actually schedule a post, you can come in here and you'll see all the different profiles that we have. So I can pick whichever ones I want. I can do multiple ones. I can do one at a time. You add video, images, whatever you might need. Write your caption here. It's going to show you a preview of whatever that might be. And that favorite, when should I send this optional times, is saying at 9:10 tonight. So most of you must be on Facebook or Instagram later tonight, and that's what it's telling me is the best time to post. And then if you go into my smart inbox, this is where I screenshotted and up to 143 now, but basically I can go in here, this is a new follower, click on that. This one I can go ahead and just like it right from here. I don't have to open up Twitter, find this tweet and like it. Do it right here. I can retweet it. So it just makes my life easier. It saves me time. It's all in one profile, one platform. Yeah. Yes, per account. Yep. So I think for the year we pay a little under $2,000, but I have like 20 profiles. So, but that's for the whole year, right? $2,000, and I can post as many times as I want. And so it's really helped. There's other ones that are probably cheaper, but you just find the one that works best for you. And most of them do a lot of this. I just like the optional times and the analytics that Sprout gives us. Yes, so you can go down to reports, and then I can pull up, maybe I want to do the paid performance, the competitor performance. Let's see if I just wanted to pick. I can change the time. So a lot of time it's going to compare either like the week before or the month before on how we're doing. So right now, looks like my impressions are down, my engagement's down, but my post link clicks are up. See? So it depends. What's your goal? For maybe us right now, our big thing is we're doing that Christmas thing. So I am sending a lot of people to our website. And so right now, my goal is 123 clicks. I'm up 100 and almost 80%.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does this also manage like Messenger, direct messages, that kind of stuff?
Yes. Yep. That's in that smart inbox. It all goes in here. It'll either say private. None of these are probably, but up here it'll say like a direct message on Facebook, and then I'll know I can direct message them right back from here. I don't have to get out and go to Facebook, find that profile, and then respond. I can do it all from here. Yes.
Can you connect like ManyChat to this?
Connect what?
Like ManyChat or like different like plugins?
ManyChat.
Is it kind of like WhatsApp? Is that what you're saying?
It's kind of like an automated thing. You can set up like.
Oh, yes. So I think, no, we use Facebook and Instagram. So like when somebody, comes through and they're like, hey, what size tires do you have in stock? On Facebook, it automatically says, thanks for reaching us. Please give us a call. We'll be with you as soon as we can. That I do through Facebook. I don't think this has like a way message or just a send. Yeah. What I would recommend doing is just going through here and checking your messages. I do it daily. So. All right, and then the last thing I wanted to go over was just Canva. So for you that use Photoshop, this is going to be very simple. For you that probably don't use Photoshop, Photoshop can be kind of intense. There's a lot of shortcuts and buttons and features that you don't know on Photoshop, where this Canva makes it pretty easy. If you want to just create a design, you can pick whatever, maybe you're doing a flyer, email campaign, you can actually just type whatever you're looking for. It gives you different sizes. Maybe you're doing a website banner. So it'll actually tell you different sizes, or it gives you a bunch of different templates that you can go in and change. So let's say you wanted to do Christmas website banner. So they actually have pre-made templates out here. So I normally will scroll through if I'm limited on time, and I'll click on one, and I can actually go in and customize it. Add our logo, change whatever it might say, and then go right to Sprout, post. So you can upload any logos you guys may have. You can change the font, change the background color. Makes it very easy to use. So this is kind of where I start creating content. It gives me good ideas. Sometimes I'll look at my competitors, see what they're doing, go off of that. I like to do a lot of trends that are going on. So I like to think outside of the box. So I don't know how many of you seen the hashtag wrapped Spotify? Or Spotify wrapped? Or hashtag wrapped? No? They did both. I did both. How many of you have seen it? I'm sure a few of you on your stories and stuff. So I just took that idea and I was like, we just launched a new website for Stock Car, an updated one. So I went through in here, screenshotted it on my phone, came in here. I was going to show you. So I said, Spotify told us that we spent 28,000 minutes checking out the new website. So I just put a spin on Spotify, hashtag wrapped, or hashtag Spotify wrapped. So that's just like a creative idea. I made this all in Canva. So, but other than that, I think I have a few more slides. Oh, nope, just kidding. This is my name. I have my phone number and my email. So if you guys have any questions after this, or maybe you want me to send you a different PowerPoint that has other things on it that you wanted to learn today, feel free to reach out to me, and I don't mind helping at all. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Here you go. And then any questions? Go ahead.
Since you are very clearly marketing on various platforms, Instagram, Facebook, what do you find to have the highest engagement, the highest ROI? Where do you spend your dollars to engage with the customers the best? Every year I run like a sale, and I have a specific code for Instagram, for Facebook, for forums, blogs, whatever. And Instagram is like way down at the bottom.
Yes.
Every time I go to these things, the marketers are like, oh, Instagram, don't forget Instagram. Everyone's still super engaged. I can't get anybody to come from Instagram to my site. It's like 10 to 1 Facebook to Instagram.
Yes.
Do you find the same in whatever it is that you're doing, or am I just crazy?
No, exactly the same for us. So Facebook is our number one. Instagram is definitely low on engagements. But at the same time, in case somebody finds us on Instagram, I don't want my last post to be 2 years ago. So I'd like to keep that up and have something constant on there. But our social dollars go to Facebook for sure. So I don't know, my audience is older. TikTok's kind of a newer generation, so I don't put as much into our TikToks. We are still on TikTok, but it's not as, I don't know, sorry. It's not like your, young kids are in TikTok, yeah. I don't see them buying expensive engine component parts and other performance items, so. What other questions? Go ahead.
Do you utilize the stories feature on?
I do. I create a lot of stories just using Instagram. I have it connected where when I post on Instagram, it already goes to Facebook. That helps. You can, in Canva, create stories as well. I just find it easier to using like the GIFs and stuff I search on Instagram because I like things to like blink or, I don't know, catch your eye when you're scrolling through. But yes, you can in here create Instagram stories right here. And it'll take you right to the size, download it, you're done. And they already have templates. So, any other questions? Sorry, I probably was really fast. And I had no idea what people wanted to learn, so go ahead.
Demographic information you get, so I know that through Facebook, ads, if they're running ads on Facebook, they'll give you, hey, here's what we think you should be advertising to, but you go into the actual, business Facebook side of things, you can get crazy hyper-focused and down to God knows what. As far as
Yes.
demographics are concerned. You tend to go through those long channels, or you take the easier approach, like here's what Facebook thinks I should be advertising to, and that's where I go. How do you decide who to target, how to target, where do you get that data from precisely?
So I use a lot of Facebook. I don't like to get too precise. I like to kind of keep it a little bit broad because I feel like I already am getting specific when I'm looking for people that have motorsports interest. So I don't need to like nail that down to, I don't know, I guess it depends on my post. Yep, so I guess we ship anywhere. I use a lot of our Google analytics to help me with where, cities, states, that kind of thing, depending on what we're selling. Like what post I'm promoting will gear me towards which audience I would pick, I guess, and how defined.
You do have different audiences for each page.
We do, yep. So I don't know why SRI and Stock Car loves to sell everything. So for my stock car, we sell a lot of like steel and aluminum and whatnot. So for us, I use people that are interested in welding and fabricators, and that's my audience for them. Where at SRI we sell industrial supplies and we sell performance parts. So I'm more geared to the racer or the motorsports for that. Did that help? Yeah. Okay, good. You're welcome. Yes.
When you're looking at engagement and analytics, is there a specific type of engagement that you view as more valuable? Like, are likes better than comments, which are better than shares, or is there one or the other?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what your goal is. So if your goal is you're trying to get more brand awareness, I I would think likes and shares would be very important for that. If I'm trying to sell a product, obviously post links, them clicking on the links in my post would make the most sense. So it really depends on what your goal is for that specific campaign, if that makes any sense either. Good. Yes?
Are you utilizing YouTube much?
Oh, so yes and no. We do post on YouTube, but I get very little back from you for some reason. I don't know. Maybe they hate watching our videos. But for us, YouTube is we have a very small audience on there. I have more on TikTok than I do on YouTube. And we've had YouTube for years, stuff going back 10 years ago. And it blows my mind. In a little over, a couple years with TikTok, we have over 5,000 followers on that. And, that's just where everything's going. Yes.
When you're setting a target audience and you're like selecting the industries or like the hashtags or what you're wanting to view, is it better to go wide and have like many, or should you be concise with what you're targeting? Because I've done both and our social media presence is small, but I'm not really seeing a difference.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm being too vague or too descriptive.
For hashtags, I love using whatever hashtags are going to be obviously related to the post that you're doing. I would say keep those broad, though. I want people that are looking up whatever it might be, hashtag Spotify Wrapped, they're going to be like, who the heck is Stockcar Steel? And hopefully click and learn more about the company. So that was my goal, is really just to reach an audience that we don't normally have. So I would say keep your hashtags a little bit broader so you're reaching other people that you probably wouldn't normally reach. Did that help answer that?
I'm learning on some of the market in general, but like I use Facebook Meta a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever you go in, when you boost your post, you can set like your demographic, and it has like industries that you can select, and I've been really, really wide with it, and then I've also been really, really narrow with it, and both of them resulted roughly similar. And
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I don't know which one's
Better. So when you're doing like your targeting audience with Facebook, again, depending on your post, that might be, I think that was a very similar question to what you had, how specific you want to narrow it down. So for example, if I'm doing a welding post, I want to get all the different kinds of things that welders would, want to look at. So I'm looking for fabricators, the welders. I'm getting very detailed defined because those are the people I want to see my post. Doing broad, you might get more awareness, but if you're trying to sell a product, you're going to want to get the people that might actually buy it. So that's where you might want to go more narrow. Hopefully that helped. Yes?
This falls under the tips and tricks section of the course, but how the hell do you get people to go to your website from Facebook, since Facebook never wants you to leave Facebook?
I know. They love that.
Like a link to a site, just forget about it.
Yeah.
Like in the body, is that trick Facebook? I know you can't really trick Facebook's algorithms and stuff, but
Right.
if I want to put a link in a Facebook post, just not do it, just forget about it, because I'm just going to kill its engagement.
I do it.
Tip or a trick
To do that? I don't know. Facebook is very strict on that. I still will put the link in there because I want people to be able to find us. It's like a repetitive thing. The more that they see our website, maybe the more they'll remember it. So even if they're not clicking on the link when they're scrolling through and they see sriperformance.com, maybe they'll remember that for later. Yeah, I don't know. Facebook is very strict on trying to keep you on Facebook, for sure. Yeah.
I'm gaining anything by doing that.
Yeah, it's better than the body.
To the body.
Any other questions? Yes?
Do you use the Facebook Pixel?
I do not use Facebook Pixel. I do more the Meta on my side. I feel like that's easier for me to use. I know it a little bit better. What do you use on Pixel?
So, you can track, like, actually what they're doing and whether they're adding a card or checking out or even maybe the checkout page.
Right. Yep. So we have like our own like website analytics that we use, like Hotjar and stuff. So we go a different route when we're watching people on our website go that far. But I mean, Pixel's great. It's another tool to have for sure. Yeah, we just use hotjar.com. It'll show me like how far people scroll, what they're clicking on, my bounce rate, what page they're leaving, and it records it all so I can watch it. Yeah, so I get to watch people shopping on the website. It's so fun. It's a little freaky, but fun. But yeah. Any other questions? Well, if you guys have any after this that you'd like to just talk to me individually, I am free. If you see me out and about feel free to stop by. And hopefully you learned at least one thing today. And I didn't waste your whole 40 minutes. But if you can, I think that they have you rate people right in your seat. So make sure you can rate me. And you can put I sucked. It's fine. But if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I want to help everybody. Thank you.